My Odin 2 battery has swollen. My absolute favorite handheld for the better part of the last year has unfortunately met an untimely hardware failure here, as you can see. I did go to the AYN Discord for instructions or advice on how to proceed. They referred me naturally to the AYN support email. They did give me a prompt reply saying I need to take a photo of the swollen battery, send them my Indiegogo pre-order number, and they had unfortunately said that my Odin 2 was now out of warranty. I checked my order date and it was November 13th, 2023, and when they had sent me this out of warranty notice, I was just out of warranty by about 2 weeks or so. So very unfortunate there as well. They said I was going to have to pay in order to ship the device back to China, where they would do said repairs on device and then ship it back also at my own expense. They will not simply ship a battery to you because apparently there are FAA regulations that prohibit the transport of lithium-ion batteries via cargo plane. So you can't fly those in. And, living in Alaska, I'm very familiar with that. Amazon will not send me any kind of battery on its own. They'll send me a MacBook with a giant battery in it, but they will not send any kind of lithium-ion battery. Even the little tiny coin cells, they will not ship those by themselves. And so I'm looking around eBay or any other third-party vendors that might happen to sell batteries that would ship them in a not so declared fashion, but unfortunately these are a very obscure battery that they chose to use in the Odin models as well. So chances are you're only going to be able to get these from AYN or whatever obscure Chinese vendor that they happen to be getting these from. Even with the specifics printed on the battery, they are not easy to find. I don't know anyone who's had any luck finding a replacement battery on their own. So what happened? Where did we go wrong here? Apparently I had just, left the device plugged into my Steam Deck charger one too many times. Maybe 1 out of 10 times I'd play it in bed and accidentally leave it plugged into the wall overnight and let it stay charged to 100 all night. Apparently you are not supposed to do that. Not with any single one of these Chinese handheld devices whatsoever. I own about 30 or so of these, and this is the first of these dozens of Chinese handhelds I've ever had such a problem with, at least as far as the battery goes. I've had a lot of Retroid devices fail on me in other various mechanical ways. All of my Android devices are very tanky and never had any real problems with them. My Powkitty, of one of which I got an RGB30, that device, very poor build quality, shockingly. Kind of surprised. Coming from Powkitty, it's my first Powkitty device, but this thing would overheat terribly whenever plugged into something as weak as a 10-watt charger. And I always thought this would be the device to ultimately end up burning my house down, but oddly, no, it's the Odin 2 that unfortunately began swelling very, very badly here. And I was a really big fan of the original Odin. I did pre-order or rather I should say I backed the original Odin 1, got the Pro version there. Never had any serious failures with it, though I did hear some folks did have similar battery swelling problems on their models. Several of the Retroid devices I had, every single one of them just about, except maybe the 2S, had some sort of bizarre manufacturing defect, like, the shoulder trigger would break, or, the buttons would rub badly against the case, things like that, minor, well, not so minor when you're playing, but, comparatively with the battery, minor issues. And so I did go on to the AYN Odin subreddit that wonderful place to share my experience with this unfortunate case, to maybe serve as a warning, or just share my experience of how this has gone down with the whole AYN support situation, just unfortunately denying me coverage right after the warranty expires, right after, like within 2 weeks. And I'd like to think that most of the folks there were at least trying to be helpful. I was just a little surprised by some of the gaslighting that I was subjected to. Some folks telling me, oh, yes, you have to care for these Chinese handheld batteries in a very specific fashion, giving me some pretty drawn out instructions on the battery care, as if I were receiving Gizmo from the old man and grandma. Never charge the device past midnight. Never make sure it goes over 80% when charging. Always try to keep the device above 50% when charging. Yeah, I'm sorry. If AYN is not going to put basic battery protections into their device, and such that I have to treat this thing as if it were an infant. No, I have absolutely no interest in doing that. My Switch stays in my dock all the time. My Steam Deck stays docked all the time. And if AYN cannot put basic battery protections into their devices to keep the battery from swelling like this after just over a year of accidentally leaving it in the charger overnight a few times, then yes, I have absolutely no interest in doing business with a company anymore that's not going to support their uh, design flaws, really. And that's not me trying to throw shade at any of the folks on Reddit or anything. I'm just uh, feeling like I'm getting a bit of gaslighting going on here from this whole little escapade. I'm sure they were just trying to be helpful. But I just wanted to let you know that, yeah, if you were experiencing similar problems with your Odin or Odin 2, then yes, absolutely, you are not alone. Contact the company, AYN. I'll put the support email in the description below. Otherwise, yes, get the word out there, let others know this is happening, because if no one continues to, make their voices heard, then issues like this might continue to happen, and people will continue to purchase these devices, especially considering as the Portal is coming out soon, and that is shipping with, as far as I understand, pretty much the same battery. So just remember that you are the customer, and if there is such a design flaw in these devices when they're shipping, make your voice heard, let them know. And thank you for listening to my sad and pedantic rant. And if you are experiencing this same issue, then I wish you all the best, and hopefully better luck in your consumer future purchases. Godspeed.